What's up, guys? Today on Rebels Off-Road, we will be diagnosing and fixing a high idle condition on our Kawasaki KRX. Stay tuned, smash that like button, and subscribe for more great content. Let's get into today's video. Okay, so if you're watching this video, it's probably because you have a high idle on your KRX and you want to know how to diagnose and fix it. First off, can be a couple different things. We're going to go through the most common ones and we're going to fix what is going on my machine. I'm going to show you what the idle is going on right now and why it's a big issue.
Joking. Mostly joking.
So you can hear it right now, and it's idling right about 1800 RPMs, 1900 RPMs, just below 2000 RPMs. And that is a real issue because it's supposed to be about 1200 RPMs when you have it idling. And watch this. So when we shift it into gear, first of all, a lurch is really big, and then it's idling even higher. You can hear it. But watch this. Now I try to shift it, and it won't shift into the next gear. It's because the transmission doesn't want to shift it at that high idle. So what we end up having to do is turn it off and shift it, and then we can turn it back on and go in that gear. But as you can imagine, that's very annoying when you're on the trails, on the rocks, and you want to do some maneuvering and you have to turn off your machine to change the gear backwards and forwards. It's not very good. So that's why we are going to be looking into this and trying to fix what is going on with it. Now, the first thing is if you have a tune on your machine. We have the DynoJet tune. So we went ahead and actually changed it back to stock. So that's going to be what you do if you have a tune on your machine and you have the high idle. You can restore your tune back to the stock file, and if that eliminates it, then you know it's probably something to do with your tune, and you can either just run it stock or fix the tune and send it back to your tuner and get that fixed in the actual tune itself. So the second thing that it can be is the throttle position sensor, and it's back behind the dash. It's actually adjustable, and we'll show you how to adjust it for your idle. And that can cause this high idle condition if that sensor got bumped and moved at all, and it just happens if you hit something, or even just over time it can loosen up and then move, and it can create those high RPMs. So that's what we're going to be doing next, and I think this is what the issue is, but we will see here shortly. The easiest way to get to it is to remove this center section, and then we can reach down behind it and access it from the top. So to remove this center section, there's going to be two screws down there. We already removed those. There's going to be a couple of push pins up there. There's going to be a couple of push pins up on the top here, as well as I believe there's a couple in here as well. We're going to have to clean out that compartment and pull those push pins as well, these ones. Once those are pulled, we can actually pull off that center section and we can access behind the dash, which is where we're going to be needing to do that adjustment. Got all those push pins out and the screws. We can go ahead and move this out of the way. There is some wiring behind it that we can manage. Alright, so once you have the dash out, you can see the throttle position sensor, which is right here under this main bracket. And you can see there's this little screw right here, and it's a Teryx screw, and it's a safety Teryx screw. So it has that little nipple in the center, so you have to have a safety Teryx screwdriver, and that is going to be a T25. And then there's another one, I don't know if you can see it, but it's just opposite. So this one there, and there's one just on the other side. So what we're going to do is loosen those up, loosen both of those up, and what we can do is we can rotate this back and forth. There's a little slot there that allows for this, and you can rotate this back and forth, and that will actually adjust your idle. If you move it this way, it's going to go up higher, and if you move it this way, it's going to go up, or it's going to go down lower. And so you can do this with the engine running, which I suggest. And what you're gonna do is you're just gonna adjust it until it's idling at about 1200 RPM. So that's what we're gonna do. And you can see that was already loose. That's crazy. And you don't have to remove them, just loosen them up enough where you can move this like that. And it's not gonna move a ton, so we're gonna go ahead and loosen it up enough where we can freely rotate it to the position that we want it to. Yeah. Alright, so we did adjust it already a little bit, so we're just below 2000 RPM still. That's probably between 1700 and 1800. So we're going to go ahead and move this. I don't know if you can hear that, but it instantly dropped the RPM by just doing a little rotation. Rotate a little bit more. Look at that. Now we are just about perfect. So you do a little bit, even a little bit lower than that. That should be pretty perfect. Now we're going to go ahead and tighten it back up. Idle is right where it should be. Now let's see if we can shift. Oh yeah, shifting is perfect again. Yeah. Nice. Shut it back off and start back up just to make sure that everything took. Yep. Right where we want it. Nice. Now we can go ahead and put our DynoJet tune back on it. But that definitely was what the issue was that throttle position sensor just came out of adjustment. And it's super easy to adjust, as you can see. And that usually will fix your high idle issues. And so, yep. Hope this helped. Go ahead and smash that like button and subscribe for more great content. We'll see you next time.
I'ma live life for the fight, yeah, I'm here to get it. I got drive, got sight, always have a vision. I go by at night, I be in my feelings. I'ma be fine, need time, and I'll soon be winning.